Good evening, I'm Ruby Cairns with your local 10 News update. Weekly ACT COVID cases have risen again for the 7th week in a row. Sadly, 5 people have died from the virus and 58 are in hospital. Infections have increased from 2,200 to 2,600 this week. And it appears more Canberrans are looking to higher education to upskill. Around half of Australians aged 15 and up had chased a bit of higher education in 2021, according to census. The number of people chasing qualifications outside of school in 80s were closer to 25%. And Canberrans who might be doing it a bit tough this Christmas are being urged to reach out and ask for help and have a conversation. For some, the festive season can raise difficult feelings and memories. Lifeline says it's been a challenging 12 months and they're always there to help. If you do want to reach out, call Lifeline on 13 11 14. Taking a look at tomorrow's weather map now, Canberra 23 degrees and mostly sunny. 22 for Goulburn, mostly sunny there. Cooma sunny and 22 degrees. And Thredbo 12 degrees, the top temperature. That's your last local 10 News update for this year. We'll be back on January 9 with more local news. Have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. Good night. Good evening, I'm Ruby Cairns with your local 10 News update. A COVID-riddled cruise ship has docked in Sydney this morning. As many as 1,500 passengers on board the Celebrity Eclipse had tested positive to the virus. And too many animals are spending the festive season in shelters across the Illawarra. The SCA is asking us to help out by adopting a furry friend or making a donation to help keep a roof over their head. They say it's important to remember getting pets as Christmas gifts is never a good idea. And Australians are getting qualified in big numbers, including from the South Coast. Around half of those aged 15 and up had chased a bit of higher education in 2021, according to census data. The number of people chasing qualifications outside of school in the 80s were closer to 25%. Taking a look at tomorrow's weather map now, high teens to low 20s for Saturday, 20 degrees for Wollongong, partly cloudy conditions there, 22 degrees for Nowra, partly cloudy as well, 21 degrees the top temperature if you're in Batemans Bay, mostly sunny, 19 for Narooma, mostly sunny as well, and 20 the top for Maringula. That's your last local 10 News update for this year. I'll be back on January 9 with more local news. Have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. I'll see you then. Good night. Good evening, I'm Ruby Cairns with your local 10 News update. New items of interest were recovered as part of a search for a woman missing near Orange. Esther Wallace went missing on November 30 while hiking at Federal Falls. Items of clothing, including a white knitted jumper, were discovered by emergency services and are undergoing DNA testing. And an $11 million plan's been announced to increase the number of local Indigenous kids headed to school. In Dubbo, less than half of Aboriginal students finish Year 12 with similar stats for Orange. Around 60% go on to secure work, with the average income up to $480 a week. And over 40 animals are spending the festive season in shelters across the Central West. The SCA is asking us to help out by adopting a furry friend or making a donation to help keep a roof over their head. But they say giving pets as Christmas gifts is never a good idea. Taking a look at tomorrow's weather map now, mainly fine conditions across our region. Orange mostly sunny, a top of 21 degrees. Dubbo sunny, a top of 28 degrees there, 26 and sunny if you're in Canberra. Young sunny and 25 degrees. That's your last local 10 News update for this year. We'll be back on January 9 with more local news. Have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. Good night. Good evening, I'm Ruby Cairns with your local 10 News update. Airports across the country are bracing for a surge in travellers this festive season. Melbourne and Sydney airports are both expecting around 6 million passengers through their terminals. Meantime, Peter Doherty from Brisbane Airport says they're also expecting a busy time. Meanwhile, 3/4 of the hardest hit families will go without food this Christmas. A new survey from Salvos has found 77% are struggling to afford enough to eat on the festive day, saying it's experiencing a tsunami of need. And we'll leave you tonight with some hard-hitting news, and it was a powerful year for chicken, according to Uber Eats. Today, releasing our ordering trends for this year. Chicken burritos and burgers featured in half of the food service's top 10 most popular orders. While when it comes to cuisine, Indian was the top pick, followed by Thai and Chinese. And finally, to the weather forecast for the start of your weekend, and it's expected to be mostly sunny across the region. A top of 26 for Wagga, 27 expected for Griffith, partly cloudy, 21 for Orange. That's your last Local 10 News update for this year. We'll be back on January 9 with more local news, sport and weather. Have a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. I'll see you then. Good night.